Okay, that should be us back in the session. We are very sorry about that. We have missed some action, but we can quickly catch up there. We can see equals is 10.1 at the top of the board. Run Cruiser 10.2, which matches the TT or the pull time for Tier 3 race yesterday. So I imagine these times are going to come down even more, as Tier 2 generally is a lot faster. We've got another car out. It's Tilda. So two drivers unable to. Yeah, unable to complete the qualifying session. Dice was not able to even complete one lap. Um, Such is the nature of this track. It's high attrition. And we will see plenty of people DNFing in the race, I imagine. Babylus, I'm sure you've raced here before. Like, what's your take on overtaking? It's pretty much impossible, isn't it? Like you were saying, start-finish straight. It's the only opportunity, but even that's a stretch.
In order to overtake in that stretch, you have to be closer than 0.3 seconds in order for you to successfully overtake, because it's very, very small straight, even if it is the bigger one in the race. So you have to be very close to your opponent. Oh! Julian hit the barriers.
Okay, let's have a look at that. So has he got damage? He does. He has big damage. And looked at it invalidated as well. Yeah, it's just so easy to do that. I mean, the race is 39 laps, and these guys are struggling right now to do one lap without hitting the wall. Our gamer is out. That's huge. That could be huge for the championship. Our gamer, one of the strongest drivers out there. Not sure where he came off, but he came off and DNF'd. So he has got a time on the board, 10.3, pretty respectable, but
We have to let everybody know that the game by default has disabled the safety car for Monaco.
well, we actually tested it out, and we got a safety car to come out in a practice session. So it might be fixed for this game. But yesterday there was plenty of carnage, and there's another driver out. Cahignini, can you say that name? Caginis?
Guinness.
That's the one, yeah. He is also out. He was actually struggling yesterday in Tier 3. He took part in that race and didn't do too well. Don't think he completed the race and was out pretty early. But yeah, I'm not really following any driver here, but I've got a G Correa's POV right now, and he's about to hit Sector 2 time as he heads down to the chicane out of the tunnel. Oh, and he clips his back wheel! Enough to spin him almost all the way around, but he lives the tail for another day.
It's one of the most trickiest parts of the track, because if you don't go close to the barrier, you get penalties.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you almost like you almost could say that you need to touch the barriers at certain points to get a really fast lap in. You need to use all the track, and there isn't much of it in terms of width. Which again, getting back, is why it's so hard to overtake at this track. We did see some overtakes yesterday. As Matt also out of the session. Where is that? That's in Sector 1. So, yeah, that's exactly where Dice came off.
The same spot Dice retired.
Yeah, tough spot there. Yeah, it's very fast, and it's like threading and a bit of thread through the needle, the eye of a needle. It's tough. It's tough, guys.
So how many will finish?
How many are finished?
10 or more?
Well, Flair, he's definitely finished. No, sorry, that's a bad joke. Flair, yeah, I think 10. 10, probably, maybe 11, 12, maybe? This is Tier 2. Surely these guys are going to be good. What are you laughing at?
I don't know, mate. It's a very intimidating track.
Yeah, it can be, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you even tried it in cockpit view, but it's like even harder, even trickier in cockpit view.
So if you are crazy enough to try to overtake is at the end of the sector 1, before the hairpin on the right.
Sector 1, hairpin, yeah. That's yeah, you can send it there as well if you...
But you have to be crazy because you don't know how far... Oh! Flair touched the barrier. At the third sector.
Oh yeah, and that's the rest of his wing gone there as he he's gonna pit, I imagine. Yep, abandons his lap there, but he's P5 currently, so not too bad. I have to say, I am surprised though that these the ones did the 109 yet.
Basically, the best starting position is either at the front or at the back. Because we have a lot of incidents at the first corner.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we had that yesterday as well. Julian on a lap here. He's heading down to the... oh, he's actually cutting that chicane completely, which will gain you a lot of time, but as you can see from the track map, invalidated lap time. And he's obviously in a hurry to get back to the pits for whatever reason.
Maybe he's going... Oh, no.
Oh, hit the wall on the way into the pits. Who else is on a lap? We've got a few guys out lap.
Even the pit lane is very messed up, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a tricky one on that. It's just that everything about this track is tricky. I guess it's, you know, it's... A lot of drivers don't like this track, and I think a few drivers, Tier 2 drivers, didn't show up today because of that. Because they simply just hate the track, but I mean, it's just a unique challenge. Something different, I guess. And no one on a lap at the minute, but we have a few guys lining up, ready to start their hot lap. Let's see, I think Run Cruiser might be the first guy out there to go onto a lap, so we're gonna ride on board with this guy and get the full Monaco experience as he heads down to the turn 1 from the start finish straight, DRS open, and hot lap mode engage, running quite close to the barrier on exit there. Actually, I think he touched the barrier, and all the way up here it's a bendy straight, as they say, and I think this is called, no, I'm not gonna guess what it's called, but avoiding the bump there on the way down to this tight hairpin and another even tighter hairpin, just touching the curb actually helping rotate the car around. You want to get your tire on there as he again runs mighty close to the barrier and on the exit through the tunnel and down to, I wish I knew the names of these corners. I kind of know some of them, but I'm not confident enough to actually say them. But here we are, sector 2 time's about to come up. I know this is Tobacco Corner, and yeah, he is up on his time by 2/10. This looks like it could be a 109, but he has to make his way through a bit of traffic here, which tries to get out of the way, but might be off-pitting, and actually he hits the car there. I'm not sure who that was. It looks like a Red Bull. That's going to lose him a bunch of time, and I guess this is not going to be a 109 as expected. He lost all that time due to traffic, such is the nature of Monaco, but a bunch of guys out on a lap. Smelto's next across the line. Smelto goes 10 flat, so he goes pole. What a lap there from Smelto, didn't even see that coming in. But we do have equals out there. He is on a 10.1 and he's 1/10 up through sector 1. Just right on board with this man. Letting you experience the full audio of going through the tunnel. Quite an exhilarating experience, but at the end of that tunnel you have that chicane to navigate, and Flair sets a 109. We finally have it, and it's a tier 1 reserve driver, so it might be a bit of controversial move to have Flair in this session, but yeah, he goes pole. Equals is about to cross the line here. It looks like it's going to be a pretty fast lap. It's a 109.901, just short of pole, but yeah, managed to get a 109 on the board, and Smelter pulls into the pits. Julian is dead. I join him on board as he crashes out there. So his efforts result in a P6. We've got Papa as well, but to cross the line, looks like he improved slightly, but not enough to get a position up there. Let's have a look at chat. I like Monaco, but I'm weird. That's a great quote.
Damien, try to refresh. Try to use your refresh button.
Damien also said he likes it tight. And Julian said he lost force feedback. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I've heard
they
that a lot
said
in the
they
game.
fixed it. They said they fixed it.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot, but didn't Loft have a problem with force feedback recently? Lepson had a problem with it yesterday. Imagine driving and then your force feedback completely goes, and not only that, your audio goes, so you've no audio of the engine, and you've no force feedback. Like what?
If you don't have audio from the engine, you go automatic mode. You don't use your gears.
Yeah, that might be a good way to get around that. But yeah, just not ideal as we look at the qualifying board. Flair puts it on pole. I did see him in a few practices, and I was a bit suspect. I knew he was going to be fast, but I didn't realize he was going to be this fast. Equals 109.9. Also joined him, Flair in the 9s, and yeah, Smelto G Korea's P4. Run Cruiser, who I believe is high up in the championship right now. We'll maybe have a look at that after the race, but Run Cruiser P5, great for him. Matt P7, our gamer, I think he was only able to set one timed run, and it was enough to put him P8. So a lot of the fast guys at the top end of the grid, but this is Monaco. Anything can happen, and we do have to get ready for this because it is about to get underway.
I have to answer to Julian about iRacing. iRacing is better, but you pay for everything.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And it looks like a dry race.
Yeah, looks a dry race, but I didn't want a dry race, to be honest.
You sick man. You wanted these guys to...
We should race Monaco in the night with wet, full wet.
You are a sick man indeed, Babulas.
That's what my name is. Babulas.
Guys...
An evil creature.
So yeah, Damien sent dice to win, so that's a brave call, yeah.
We will see. We will see.
Who knows? It is Monaco. It's going to be a crazy race, I'm sure. And the guys currently picking their strat for the race. You can use softs here. You can use mediums, hards, one-stop strategy for all. But most guys, I think, are going to start on mediums, and the lights are up, and we are 5 lights, and the drivers are about to get underway. As we go on board with equals for this run down to turn 1, and it looks like everybody got away pretty safely, but there are some moves happening throughout the field here. Smelto up to P3, and our gamer and Julian getting past our gamer actually at the back. But it looks like a clean getaway for everyone, which is great to see. Everybody's in this lead pack. But we are going to see a very big slowdown here as they head into the this very slow chicane, and we're going to see this. We're going to run through the field here and see if anybody does fall for that. Yeah, it looks like everybody. Oh, yep, couple of love taps there, and we may have seen a bit of front wing damage there, but we'll. Let's get back up to the lead of the race. Flair P1 currently with equals and P2, so as it was at the start.
If he's trying to overtake, I don't think he will do it. He lost the rear end, and Dice overtakes him for P13.
Yeah, I wonder if Tilda's got a bit of damage on that car, maybe.
I don't see anything. Let me check. I don't see something.
Oh, Dice. Oh my god, Dice is drifting around this track. Something shocking. As another move up ahead there. It looked like Julian. Oh, our gamer got past Julian for P7. So he's back, regained his position back there. But I want to have a look at Dice here. It looks like he's maybe struggling a little bit with traction. back wheels were getting looser. Dice to win the first game.
It's because they fixed the traction. They made the traction better. Everybody's saying that, but I didn't feel that so far in this game.
I've heard this track being described as Tokyo Drift, and Dice was certainly drifting through that last corner there a few moments ago. But yeah, I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look at tires. Tire Strat is going to win this race. The longer you run, and look at that, everybody, bar the last two guys on track, on those medium tires. And I have to say that would probably be the best strat for this track. It does keep your options open, and Flair is looking pretty pacey here, but Smelto sets the fastest lap time, so...
Dice is still wobbling, and Till Daisy will overtake him. I don't know if Dice is gonna... Oh!
Yeah, big cut there from Dice. I'm sure he would have got a warning for that, so... Dice really struggling out there today, it seems. Yeah, I think...
It's like he has no traction. At all.
Yeah, maybe his tires are overheating. Oh my word! Yep, again his car went absolutely... Yeah, he's really struggling, yeah, and he's just lost a bit of his front wing there, so he is...
Maybe he has something, he has a problem with the steering wheel?
Yeah, it really looks like there's some issue with Dice here, as the guys behind Gurla now wanting to try and get past Dice, but even with a broken wing, it's very hard to get a move on someone. Oh, as Dice hits the wall one more time, and that's further damage to his wing. He's actually lost most of his wing at the moment. He's got a little tiny wing at the very front there at the nose, but he's still fighting the cars behind here as he tries to make his way back to the pits and doesn't peel into the pits here at the last minute. So yeah, he's going to get a new front wing, I imagine. And Gurla and Cagnig, oh my god, Mr. K, move up a position.
It's simple, Kaginis.
It's so simple, it really is. But yeah, look at this, Flair is stretching out a bit of a lead. He's broken that crucial DRS range of 1 second, so Equals is going to have to use a bit of this ERS, and it looks like Flair maybe he's used a bit of ERS wisely there to break that DRS range. So yeah, Equals responding with a bit of ERS usage himself. And we do have a lead pack here breaking away from P4, P5, P6 and P7. Multiple groups here with Dice at the very back there. But yeah, Flair looking in control of this race currently. Lap 5 of 39, still a long way to go. What about pit stops? Do you have any intel on the pit stop strategies?
For me, it's one pit stop. For me, I would go for a hard soft if I was racing.
Yeah, track position is key. So really, you know, what's kind of interesting about this game is the undercut is very powerful. So if Equals can kind of get the undercut on Flair, he may well get the lead of this race. But the risk is if you pit too early, you're gonna get caught up in traffic from behind.
Can Equals go for a soft compound, or he will go for the hards?
Yeah, guys yesterday were pitting from like lap 21, I think. The softs do last a long time, but they don't feel the best at the end of their run. And
the tire degradation is 2% per lap. The tire degradation is 2% per lap.
Right.
So do the math.
Yeah.
In any compound, okay.
I'm getting my calculator out here, bro. 2 multiplied by... Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Smelto is looking very pacey right now.
Medium the pit from lap 21.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you can manage to hold your tires In a good condition, you can go up to 25 and go with the softs.
Yeah, but I mean, but Bobby will tell you himself, you can actually pick quite early for the softs, and it's so hard to overtake here that even when they fall off the end, you're still pretty, you know, you're still going to hold position unless you have a big mistake. But yeah, I'm looking at Smelto right now. He is very close onto the back of equals. And I tell you what, it's very hard to follow a driver through some of these corners. It's very hard to get your braking points spotted and your turn-in points and all that other stuff. But yeah, Smelto is right on the back of equals. So this lead pack of Flair, equals, Smelto still running pretty closely together. We do have a bit of a train forming behind G Chris with Run Cruiser Matt R Gamer keeping him honest in his second group. And then Julian Atana, who's actually, Julian coming under attack here from Luke Wetzels in P9. So, and there we do have our first retirement. It's Dice. He is out. He has died. Looks like at the chicane after the swim or after the tunnel.
After the tunnel.
But here, look at this. Luke Wetzel's really looking pacey right now, putting a lot of pressure on Julian. And
you see, we didn't have safety car, even though we should have.
Yeah. I thought Luke Wetzel's going to send a move there. Oh, and he's looking very pacey and great on the throttle, but you just have to pick your moment. As Run Cruiser gets a free second time penalty. Imagine that was at this point of the track. It's very easy to cut that and get a warning. But Luke Wessel, yeah, I mean, really, he's really just in this kind of phase where he's held up by Julian, but he's doing the right thing here by putting a lot of pressure on. Not the right thing there by tapping the back of Julian, but no damage done to either car, and yeah, that's allowed Julian just to pull away and protect him on the start-finish straight. As Run Cruiser pits and doesn't put on. Why is he pitting so early? He didn't put on he didn't get a front wing change, so he went onto the hard very, very early, and I think that is a bad move from him.
Probably he's waiting to go all the way to the end.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think hards are going to go to the end. I might be wrong. We'll find out. But yeah, I think hards.
Listen, is pressing Julian all the way.
Yeah.
He will try to attack under the tunnel.
Yeah, and look behind as well. Luke Wessel, yeah, but Basco, Papa, Grassy Joe's now in the mix now. So I think, yeah, Julian's definitely lacking pace in this phase of the race, Fabulous.
He may be lacking pace, but he's at the front. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Monaco.
And another thing about Julian is he's a very experienced driver. He knows where to place his car, and yeah, he's doing all the right things. As we are getting some guys pitting.
Ooh.
Why are guys pitting this early? Matt's in the pits. G. Carreras in the pits. Matt is getting a front wing change. Let's have a look at G. Carreras. I didn't see if he got a front wing change, but it looks like he didn't. He got out of the pits a lot earlier than Matt. So look how far down Matt comes out then. It's almost last. It is last actually. Wow.
Maybe they go for the two pit strategy to get in to get faster pace. Maybe cleaner air. They don't want to be in the DRS train. Who knows? Smelto is very close to equals. I don't know if he's gonna take a chance. As we said, in order for you to overtake in the final straight, you have to be 3 seconds of the second. You have to be very, very close.
Luke Wetzel was going to go for a move there for the back corner, but backs out, wisely done, because, yeah, that's not going to happen. 2 cars into that corner usually doesn't work out too well, but yeah, Luke Wetzel's closer than ever to Julian. Takes a really wide entry into the penultimate corner and launches himself through the final corner, but you'll see here he's low in the ERS. He does have DRS as well here, but it's not going to be enough to go for the move. Oh, and gets a bit of a tank slapper on, so gotta watch out from behind as well, as Papa is in the pit. So those early pit stops of those other guys has triggered, yeah, triggered a wave of pit stops. But I think it's too early to pit, Babalos, unless you've got front wing damage. Pitting right now doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I'm happy to be proved wrong.
Unless you have to avoid the DRS train and have a clean air to improve your time, you will pit.
Yeah, but those look at those hard runners that did pit. Like there's G Chris, he's gonna come up behind Tilda on old mediums, and I imagine Tilda's gonna stay out for a few laps longer. So, oh, Smelto is in the pits. No, it's Equals. Equals pulls the gun. So these are some very early pit stops from these guys, and I'd love to hear what chat thinks. I know Damien as well.
You're losing the battle between Julian and the Wessels.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at this.
Blasco is overtaking. Oh my God! From the inside.
Yep.
He didn't expect that.
Luke Wetzel's lost out. Yeah, he did. He definitely did not. Luke Wetzel's lost out 2-3 positions here, and we've got a car coming out of the pits as well. That's the Equals? Just comes out ahead of Julian. So that was actually a good call from him to pit there. But I don't know about getting these tires to the end. 28 laps. Be interesting. So yeah, actually, that might be a good move from him.
Equals. On the inside. Overtakes Wessels.
Is Wessel? I wonder if Wessel's got damage from that. It looked like a bit of argy-bargy going on there. And yeah, but getting back to that,
he lost 3 places.
Oh, there's another.
He's getting attacked from Cureas.
There's another move happening. It's Julian Atana and Basco going side by side. Oh my word, they just about made it through together. And yeah, what's happening back there? G. Chris and Luke Wetzels. Looks like G. Chris got the better of Luke.
Flair is pitting.
Yeah,
Flair is pitting.
Luke has damage as well, but Flair in the pits from the lead. And Smelto assumes the lead of the race with R Gamer and P2. I wonder, I think these guys are pitting too early, but let's see how it plays out here as Equals takes P3. And Equals is going to be in the lead of this race once all the pit stops play out. But are those hards going to get to the end of the race? That is the big question here.
We have side by side. Cureas until the Cureas overtakes Tilde.
Oh my God! Some very brave moves going on, Babalos, right?
I wouldn't overtake there, honestly. I'm too scared.
Yeah, even though Basco got by Julian, which is a tall order. Matt and Gurla swap positions there. Look like team orders, maybe.
Unless you go for the Damien, unless you go for the 2P strategy, and for the last 10 laps or 5 laps.
Yeah, G. Chris going for a move. G. Chris down into the chicane there, going side by side. He sticks it in, he keeps it in, and there's a bit of banging of wheels as well as Grassy Joe's gets past. And G. Chris up to P7, so G. Chris on an absolute charge right now, and he doesn't care at this Monaco. He's just putting the moves on everybody right now.
We are gonna have a lot of reports, that's for sure.
Oh, and we do have a yellow flag. It's a Alpha, it looks like. Oh, it's a Haas. No, it's Alpha. I was right. Mr. K spins at the chicane.
Gallines in the last sector.
Yeah, Mr. K. He's okay though.
And he's not even blink, eh?
So let's have a fresh look at things. Flair was leading the race, is now behind Equals. That's the power of the undercut. Equals technically leading this race once Argamer and Smelto pit, but the big question for both those guys is, are those hards going to go to the end of the race? I would say no, but Smelto, he's questioning himself. He's decided to come into the pits, and it looks like he'll come out around about P5. Oh my God, G. Chris is on fire.
You're losing the action.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up. There's a lot of... I didn't expect so many moves to happen here. I was kind of watching Smelto. Smelto coming out at P4, right behind Flair. But he is on the freshest tires out of the lead bunch there. But yeah, G. Chris, my man, what did he have for breakfast? As Mr. K gets a free second time penalty. G. Chris catching up to P5 here pretty quickly. There's a safety car! Oh my word! I don't even see it. No one's DNF'd. What has triggered that safety car?
Maybe Wessels at the sector 3. I think I saw him a little bit stopped.
Yeah, that is interesting. I didn't see any damage or... Oh, yeah, Mr. K is new from wing, so maybe he played a part in that safety car. But it was like I was saying to you before the race stream. We did test this in practice, and we did get a safety car, so it looks like that bug has been fixed. So props to Codemasters, and you don't say that very often.
So you know who the lucky ones are, eh?
Well, our gamer's pitting.
Everybody's gonna pit. Everybody's gonna pit.
No, not necessarily so, because equals.
Julian is gonna pit. Josh is gonna pit. Tilda's gonna pit.
Yeah, but Bablos, listen to me, man. Equals does not pit. Flair does not pit. They can't pit because they've already pitted, and it doesn't make sense for them to pit. But at the same time, I don't know if those tires are going to go to the end. So they might have been better to pit. So this safety car's really screwed up a lot of guys' strategies. But most guys do pit, as you say. And
I told you. You don't believe me for some reason. I don't know why.
You said all guys would pit. I said no. There'd be some guys who wouldn't pit.
The medium runners that were out, they would pit for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, of course. But I'm talking
now,
about.
Some,
I'm talking about
hard runners pitted again. I don't know why.
Yeah, but if you've just pitted and you're on free lap hards, it's going to be a hard choice. Are you going to pit, or are you going to keep that track position?
If I have one lap hards, I would.
Oh, Papa's out.
Oh.
He's dead. He's went into the wall. I just saw that there. We're riding aboard with Tilda.
Yes.
Oh my word. So that's under safety car conditions. 2 DNS. Wow.
$100 on Babu. It was only logical that all the medium runners that were on 13 lap old tires would pit. Now, I don't know why some of the hard runners that had pitted, they went in and went for the mediums. I don't know if it is good or bad, we will see. We have almost 24 laps.
Yeah, I think that might be down to the fact that you're very limited on tire choice. You get one set of hards, you get one set of mediums, and then you might have a set of softs as well, left over from quali. Maybe if you went for the harder tire strategy, you would have a bit more choice.
Basically, you have 2 mediums. If you go with the balance setup, you have 2 mediums and 1 hard.
Yeah.
1 soft, 2 mediums and 1 hard. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think Run Cruiser started on hard, so that's maybe why he's went to those fresh mediums.
Let's see what happens here in the restarts. Because Kaginis has to catch the back of the queue.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a look at position changes as well. See who's done the best from the starting lineup, and it looks like our gamer's one of the top guys. He's improved 4 positions. He's up to P4 now. Grassy Joe's is up 5 positions from P13 to P8, and
he was did the undercuts and worked out for him.
Yeah, they're the
so he
biggest
gained the
movers.
place.
And Lepson saying the only thing I've agreed with all day is that he's a moron. By the way, he called us both very old earlier. I will forgive but not forget, Lepson. To use your own meme against you.
We can fight after the race, mate. You come to the booth.
It looks like safety car might be in the next lap, Abelos. We're just waiting on Mr. K catching up on the pack.
No, I believe this lap will go in.
Oh,
We
that.
will have a warning after sector 2.
Yeah, that Pablos. That's what I mean. Next lap, they start, as in.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, like green flag next lap. Yeah.
Let's see what equals are gonna do.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Are you thinking these guys are gonna get to the end on these old hards?
Honestly, I have to see the tire degradation at the 28th lap. How bad the tires will be. If they are not so bad, they can go all the way. But for me, it's a double-edged knife. You can put the softs on it, but if you get traffic and the others won't go in.
Yeah, I think that's the only chance, is to stay out as long as possible. And we are underway.
He started.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent start there from equals. Almost 8 tenths. Yeah, 8 tenths, almost 9 tenths. 9 tenths a second. Yeah, great start there from equals. And really, he just needs to be up to pace as quickly as possible, because he has flare behind and a lot of fast guys on fresh tires behind as well. Chris not getting the best of starts there. And Julian Altana is out of the race. He's retired in the pits. So unfortunate to see that. But yeah, Chris falling off this lead pack pretty quickly. And he's on the he's on the oldest hard, so we'll keep an eye on his pace. Actually, him and Matt are both on 9-lap old hard, so yeah, we'll keep an eye on their pace, as they will want to try to take care of these tires and nursing them to the end. I think that yellow flag's just for Julian Altana's retired car joining back onto the track, as we do have a move there from Grassy Joe's on Kilda. I'm not sure what happened. Strange place for a move. I did see some lag. Oh, what's happening there, Grassy Joe's? Yeah, there's a bit of lag going on at Pablos. I don't know if you're getting it on your end as well.
I see nothing so far. To me, it's all perfect.
Oh, and we do have a side-by-side going up the hill. Oh, for a moment anyway. Looked like Run Cruiser and who's that? Gerla? I think they were going side-by-side there at one moment. Oh. But yeah, look at that gap forming between P5 and P4. It's up to 2.3 now. And yeah, I mean,
now the big question is Correa's working for equals? He's staying back so equals can have a breathing space from the others behind him. Is it possible?
It is possible. Anything's possible. But
I did that with Mr. D in Mexico City. I stayed back and I was holding everybody back for Mr. D to get an advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
oh, Chris Ryder overtakes Wessels in the very last corner.
I wonder if Luke has damage, or did he make a mistake? That's generally the only way you can get a move on another driver here. Yeah, but I think around about lap 10 is the drop-off. You know, there's a drop-off phase for the hard tires, and I think Chris is currently in that drop-off phase. That's why he's dropping a bit of time, but that should stabilize. Yeah, tire wear is interesting in this game for sure. But yeah, everybody pretty bunched up after that safety car, but no one really pushing anyone. Looks like they're trying to take care of the tires.
What happened? They didn't change your wing or something? We have Julian in the chat. I want to know what happened that he retired.
Ooh, and Smelto had a look there on Flair, so yeah, Flair on these older tires. Smelto slightly younger tires. But maybe just testing the water, seeing how Flair reacts to that move as Run Cruiser gets past Tilda. Up the hill that was done, so good move there from Run Cruiser. Up to P9 from P10.
I think Josh is gonna give him his place.
He may do, yeah, he may do. Run Cruiser, of course, has a penalty as well to contend with. But Run Cruiser on the better tires. So yeah.
is still increasing the gap from P4. I don't know why. Maybe he has damage and we can't see it.
I honestly think it's the tires. The tires are, you know, they're getting a bit old. They're still pretty good, but they're not as good as the guys around. So yeah, 3.8 is the gap currently. And yeah, I mean, G. Chris really should be taking care of these tires. So maybe that's another thing. Another factor in this is he's just taking it a bit easier, trying to get these tires to the end of this race.
We have information from Julian. He tried to serve his drive-through, but the game never. He pitted him for mediums.
Ah, right. Okay. Mr. K getting another time penalty and out of the race. And another safety car has been triggered. Oh
yes,
my word.
Because it's after the last chicane at the harbor.
Oh dear. So we're down to 12 drivers, Babalos, and we're probably going to see a lot of pit stops right now, but I think it's going to...
Now, the big question is, are you pitting for mediums or not?
Yeah, I mean, it's also, do you have a fresh set of mediums at...
If you go with the balance, yes.
But Babalos, I'm telling you, I'm going to call it now. A lot of guys are going to go on softs. Softs will get to the end from this point.
Too many laps, in my opinion, for the softs.
Nope, not at all. Absolutely not. No, I've tested it out. Softs will get to the end here. And there are going to be a few laps under safety car, but I don't see anybody pitting. Everybody's staying out. Not even the guys at the back. That's interesting.
Where they stay out, Lepson says, you can't do it from here. Julian says should have stayed in the race with this second safety car, perfect.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
It was a minor stroke, that's why.
I do find that really interesting that nobody pitted. I mean, generally, like, if the league guys don't pit, usually the guys behind don't pit either. But
I think Damien wants track position. How many places they changed?
Yeah, but I'm wondering about these guys at the back. Why are they not pitting? Like, surely if you're at the back, you have nothing to lose by pitting. Maybe they're going to pit this lap though. Maybe they're just extending the tire life a little bit. Oh, Gerla just ran into the back of Luke Wetzel's, and they are, yeah, I don't know what that was about. Lapse of concentration there maybe from Gerla, but yeah, he just ran into the back of Luke Wetzel's and gave himself a lot of front wing damage, so I'm pretty certain at this point Gerla is going to pit. He has to.
And he can go for the mediums. First set of mediums.
Yeah, and it's Luke Wetzel and Gerla both in the pits.
And Wetzel's in the pit.
Yeah, and Larson in chat also pointing out that these two safety cars have really extended the life of these hard runners, so that could play a key part in those hards getting to the end of the race. But nobody going for softs, so I was completely wrong.
I told you that the time degradation is approximately 2% per lap for the softs.
Yeah, but it's what, 15 laps left, 16. So easy, get to the end on softs.
You have to take under consideration the drop-off point, the loss of grip at some point. They may be shorts, but they lose the grip more fast.
Yeah, I guess I'm just surprised that nobody just rolled the dice and tried it. You know, the guys at the back anyway. Nothing to lose. And it's going to be very hard to overtake. Safety car is in this lap though.
My perfect safety car would be at around 27 for softs. The perfect.
Yeah, Mr. Case, and he did pit on lap 24 yesterday. And they were over 50%, but they felt like they were over 80%, so there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. Flair is right behind Equals, as Equals is leading the pack through the penultimate corner into the final corner, and once again, he's had a practice before, and he's looks like he's done the same again. He's extended a pretty good lead there from that start, but Flair keeping him a bit more honest this time. The gap not as big running up the hill, 0.5 is the gap, as we are once again all bunched up.
Urias has a gap of 1 second already, 1.2. What's wrong with Urias?
Yeah, I wonder if he's struggling with these safety car restarts, isn't he? And he has to be wary of what's happening behind him, because he, yeah, he's got Matt, Basco, and Grassy Juice, and a bunch of other guys looking pretty spicy out there. I think maybe G. Chris, did he burn out his tires while those overtakes earlier in the race?
I don't know. But Matt would have the same problem.
Yeah,
He
Matt.
has 16. Oh my god, I'm gonna touch.
Yeah, Matt went for a move there, but yeah, decided to back out of it, wisely so. And Basco as well, right in the mix here. It does look like G. Chris is struggling, and that's backing him up into these guys like Matt, Basco, and Grassy Joes. Oh, Run Cruiser gets past his teammate, so team orders in effect there. And Run Cruiser hitting the wall there, do you see that? Oh, Luke Wessels is out. Turn
Safety
one.
car.
Another safety car.
Now
Yep.
you go for the softs. Now you go for the softs. Whatever you do, you go for the softs.
Yeah, I don't think the league guys are going to pit.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have to answer to Larson because he said they pitted for softs in lap 24. They were at 50%, but they felt like 80. It's because they fixed the traction.
That was
The
Mr.
grip of the tires.
That was Mr.
Everybody's saying they fixed the grip. They fixed the grip. They fixed nothing.
That was Larson actually said that, yeah.
They fixed nothing.
But I don't. Do you think the leaders are going to pit here, Bablos? I don't think they are. I mean, track position's key. I think the guys at the back, they're the ones that we got to watch out for under the sauce. But I'm right on board with Equals here. We're going to find out pretty quickly. Is he going to give up track position for a fresh set of tires? I don't think so, but let's have a look and see. He doesn't. He goes by the pit lane. So does Flair. So does Smelto. Argumer stays out. So I think most guys are going to. Matt is the first guy to pit. I thought G. Chris might have went in there because he's on very old hards. Matt pitting and losing a bunch of positions here, as him and Tilda are the only ones to pit, and still doesn't pit on soft tires.
Mediums. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Down to 11 drivers though. Did I said before the race 10 drivers will finish? Just need one more person to die. Come on.
You go for. Come on, mate. You have Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. That's the reason that I only do 2 hot laps in quali, because I want to have a fresh set of softs for the race. Now they don't have a fresh set of softs. That's why they go for the mediums.
Yeah.
Quali is good. Quali, okay, you gain a position. You have better chances if you have a good position. But what now? You don't have tires that you need.
These guys are amateurs, man. You need to like hold a master class in strats and tires. Educate these fools.
They are not fools, but they go for... The race is not quali for me. Not time trial. Because you may have the best time trial record, but at the race you will spin out. So, what's the point? Did you finish? No.
Tell it how it is, bro.
How many times me and Mr. D have been in a fight because he's not careful? You don't want to know. He was losing positions because of spinning out by himself.
I think G. Chris is the man to watch here. He's on 19 lap old hards. We have had... How many safety cars now? Is this the third safety car?
I think the safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at G. Chris. 19 laps. He's had quite a few under the safety car conditions, but he's got 11 laps after this one to complete. Are they going to get to the end? I wonder. And safety car indeed in this lap. So let's have a look. Equals has had a few practice runs on this, but so does Flair as the driver in P2. Might be worth watching G. Chris as well, because he does struggle in these safety car restarts, but we're up with the lead pack here. Equals...
Okay, Damien, sorry, Ocean. You say it's about track position. If you DNF, what track position?
They're underway. And Equals again getting a mighty launch of the final corner. Flair as well, sending it into turn 1 there, and yep. This is going to get interesting, Bablos, isn't it?
I'm with Koreas and see if he's gonna have the gap that the other times had, but he's not about a second like the last time. Seems to push it now.
Oh, and there's a contact at the back. Tilda goes into Gurla. Looked like he kind of half-heartedly stuck his nose in there, and when Gurla turned, it hooked up their cars, but no damage done to either guys. They do lose a bit of time through that incident though.
Tilde doesn't seem to have a front wheel damage as far as I can see.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gurla has a rear wing damage or something. It's not something that I can see from my point of view.
Yeah, but he is still falling off. That gap is over 1 second over the course of 1 lap on green flag conditions. But yeah, our gamer is looking pretty good right now. He's on the youngest tires out there, 15 lap old hard.
Dropping back again. Gures is dropping back again.
Yeah.
Your gamer is attacking.
Yeah, our gamer in a pretty good spot right now, but he has to get the move on at least 3 drivers if he wants to contend for the win, and that is a huge ask. It's really going to come down to how are these hards going to be in the last few laps of this race.
9 laps.
Nobody going for a move just yet though. A lot of guys running very close behind each other though. It is very hard to run close to another driver though, I found at this track, because it kind of blocks your view of the apex and it's a bit sketchy out there. Dirty air as well is a factor.
Smelter, I think he's gonna attack. I think he's gonna overtake.
Tilda getting a move on there. Yeah, Tilda getting past Gerla for P9. Oh, and Tilda picking up a 3-second time penalty. That must have been a turn 1. And yeah, there's battles everywhere on track right now, as Smelto is very, very close on the back of Flair here.
Smelto has to attack because he has a gamer behind him.
Yeah,
he's between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Lap 31 of 39. And yeah, whenever you pressure the guy ahead, I mean, really what you're hoping is they make a mistake, or better yet, they hit the wall and pick up a bit of damage, and that will further slow them down and open up a move potentially. Oh, G. Carriz gets a time penalty. Yeah, and he is. It looks like he's struggling on those old hards right now. Basco right behind him, but you're going to see here, start-finish rate. He's going to catch up a little bit, but not enough to make a move. And G. Carriz does have a lot of ERS saved up, which will protect him from any moves from behind.
I'm staying with Smelto because I want to know when he will have the chance to attack.
Yeah, everything's settled down now. I think it's a storm's brewing. I think there's going to be a few moves or attempts of overtakes in the dying laps of this race.
He's gonna try to attack Josh.
Yeah, Josh making a bit of a mistake coming out of the chicane there, but ooh, Tilda looking pretty punchy though, isn't he? On these fresh mediums.
Imagine if it was soft.
Matt in the pit, so he's out of the race. We're down to 10 lads.
Everybody's in the points.
Everybody in the points. You just have to finish the race. 6 laps left after this one. Yeah, Tilda looking everywhere for a move on Grassy Joe's here. Oh.
They does.
Yeah, it can be very frustrating following another driver through this track, but... Oh, and there's a bit of blood in the water as Grassy Joe's ERS light is flashing. Tilda with 44%, so that is much in his favour and opens up the possibility of this move even further. Some predictions in chat. Larson says he doesn't think there will be any overtakes in the top 4. That remains to be seen, but I have to say Smelto is right on the back of Flair all the way from that safety car to this point in the race.
If Smelto wants to really attack, he would go for the little straight after the casino.
Kitty pointing out everybody left gets points. Indeed. And points mean prizes. Actually, you don't get prizes unless it's like a digital kind of thing, which is... Yeah, because in this game you get a trophy. Don't you have a virtual trophy cabinet?
Yep.
Mine is currently empty. What about yours?
I have from my team.
Oh.
Yeah, I made my own team.
Excellent. Babalos Racing Limited. Gurla in the pits again. Gurla gonna put on softs? Is he gonna put on softs? Yeah! We've got someone on softs. Finally.
They gave you your trophy, mate.
Yeah, man. I'll take it. I'll put that in my virtual trophy showcase. Right, so where are we? Flair is dropping back a little bit. He's struggling at this phase of the race. And Smelto and Gamer on the slightly fresher hards. This is it. I mean, if you're going to do a move, it's going to be in the next few laps, because that's all we got left. As Flair gets a time penalty! Oh, he cuts the chicane.
Smelto doesn't have to overtake now.
Exactly, yep.
Just stay there and finish the race. Smelto and Gamer too. They don't have to fight each other. They will get both in the podium.
Yep, that penalty is going to be huge. It's going to drop Flair down at least 2 spots to P4 at the end of this race.
Yeah, Gores is too far back.
Oh, Run Cruiser right on the back of Basco going up the hill here. Is he going to go for a move? It's not really a straight, so you have to be very, very careful and make your intentions clear as he tries to go around the outside. And a bit of contact as well, but no damage done to either driver. But that was some great racing there from the Haas driver. Yeah, you have to be very careful if you do go for a move up the hill there, because if you don't get your car significantly alongside, you will find yourself running into a wall, as the walls do come out at you. Very curvy straight. Lap 25 lap old hards. That cannot feel good. Ooh, and I'm just running more of a Run Cruiser here for a moment. Oh, Run Cruiser almost had a big moment there. He almost lost the car. That was very, very strange to see. It looked like he maybe, yeah, the back end just stepped out there, didn't he, under braking? But he's still right on the back of Basco, and he's going to try for this move up the hill again. He's pretty much out of ERS. He uses whatever he has left, but that's not going to be enough, unfortunately, for him.
He's going to die.
Yeah, there's just not an opportunity to do so. He might go down the inside here. No, Basco guarding that inside line. Oh, a bit more contact there.
You have to be precise on your driving to take the perfect exits, so you can have the perfect acceleration. That's what Run Cruiser needs to do right now.
Yep, and he's falling back a little bit here. Not going to put a move on into the chicane. Sometimes see drivers do that if they can get it alongside before the turn-on point. But yeah, Larson might be right. There might not be any moves here in the top 4. These guys might be happy enough to bring it home at this point of the race, as Run Cruiser going around the outside. And there's just not enough traction there, I think, on the outside. Once you get out there, you have to swing the car in, and Basco retains his P6. But I think this battle is going to go on to the end of the race. We are on the penultimate lap of the race. And Equals currently looking good. Oh, Run Cruiser had to take evasive action there. He got caught off guard there by Basco slowing down in front of him, and he hit the wall, but didn't see any damage to the car. So lives to tell the tale. And again, yeah, those medium tires look a bit sketchy right now. He's done well to keep up. But yeah, I think his chances are running out pretty quickly. Let's have a look up front here. But yeah, Flair is dropped off the back of Equals. He's outside of the 1 second DRS range, heading into the penultimate corner. And Smelto, I mean, this is it. This is the last chance of a move from Smelto. 1 lap remains. Gamer as well. Gamer has 30% ERS. He's using pretty much all of it on the run down to turn 1. Ooh, and Flair not getting the best of exits there. Flair compromises exit, and that's allowed Smell to get alongside. And is Gamer going to go for a move as well? Gamer thinks about going around the outside, but Flair wisely places his car in the middle of the track, and Gamer is going to go for a move down the inside here, it looks like. Oh, I'm very surprised he backed out of that one. It looked like he could have sent it there, but yep. Deciding to hold back and maybe just wants to bring this car home in one piece. He is going to pick up a podium spot here, but what a move from Smelto there. Exactly played it exactly how he needed to get that P2 spot on track, and unfortunately time is running out here. He's not going to be able to make an attack on Equals for the lead of the race, so Equals, what a race from him. It looked like Flair had the pace here today to win from pole, but those safety cars mixing things up. But it was Flair pitting. I think Equals got the undercut on Flair, and that's allowed him to win the race as he makes his way across the start finish line. What a race from Equals to pick up that top spot. It's P1 for him, Smelto P2, Gamer P3, Flair drops down to P4, and G. Chris holding in with 31 lap old hards. Oh my word, P5 for him, Basco P6, and Rome Cruiser not able to get past. P7 for him, P8 for Grassy Joe's, but looks like Grassy Joe's going to jump his teammate on penalties. And then Tilda P9, Gurla will bring it home for that last points paying position. P10 for Gurla. And Larson was wrong. Larson, you were wrong. How does it feel to be wrong? I want to interview Larson after the race and be like, how does it feel to be wrong? Tell us, man. I want real emotions. I want tears. I want the truth. Driver of the day, what do you reckon, Babalos?
Wedges.
Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, we're getting reports. Flair had damage. I wonder when he picked that up. But yeah, that could explain the drop in pace from him. And Kitsune saying well done guys to me and you, Babalos, for the comms. Yeah?
It's very exciting race, mate. I still have to recover because I didn't expect, honestly, to have overtakes in the last couple of laps. I thought Smelto would be content to have the second place in the papers with the penalty.
Yeah, and Larson's backtracking now. He's saying, my theory is Flair gave this spot up because he had a penalty. Come on, don't backtrack, bro. We all read what you said. But yeah, getting back to it, Equals P1. What a race from him. Top of the pops for the Greek guy, fellow Greek guy. Do you know this guy, Bubbles?
But since still left. How is the driver of the day?
No way. Did it give the game give driver of the day to what Luke Wetzel's who DNF? That's amazing. That is great. Codemaster's absolutely brilliant.
I would go with Josh.
Come on, bro. I think Smelto.
Smelto and Josh, they were the most consistent runners.
Yeah. Let's get to the interviews. See if we can get some of these drivers in for a wee chat. Find out a bit more about their race. Let's see, have we got anybody in there? We don't. So I'm going to yoink Gamer. Gamer did this to me yesterday. I was in chat in a private VC channel, and he just yoinked me out without my permission. And yeah. So here we go. Yoink. Hello, Gamer. Congrats on that podium. By the way, I'm just getting my my own back on you for yesterday. You yoinked me in without permission. So here we
I
go.
was surprised to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, what a race from you. It looked like you had a good race out there. A few safety cars for a spanner in the mix when it comes to strategy, but you brought it home. Tell us how you got that P3 after a questionable qualifying performance.
Yeah, I don't know about quali, but I don't know how I clipped the wall even. It was my first time like hitting the wall there, but I think it was a pole there in quali possible because I think everyone like did the 9-7. It was like very bad laps from everyone I think, but yeah, I bottled quali, but yeah, I had some hope for the race by staying like quiet and like just following the lead, but I think I had like Julian in front of me at the start, and I think I lost like 7 seconds to the lead group. So yeah, that was just like a spanner in my race plans. But I think after safety car, I was just able to keep up with the top three. Like clearly, I have the pace to keep up, but it's Monaco. They can't really overtake. But I saw that Flair had like a 2 warnings during safety car period, so I was just like praying that he gets a third warning in the last few laps, and I get P3, finally a podium in tier 2. So yeah, I was very happy about that.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, it was a very good race from you. Did you pick up any wing damage over the course of that race?
No, surprisingly no.
Wow,
I don't know,
that's impressive.
to be honest, like I felt the lead group was a bit slow, so I was just lifting like most corners, so it was not really possible to get a wing damage. But I think Flair when he pushed a bit when after he got the triple warnings, he pushed a bit harder and got wing damage, and I think Smelto passed him, but I just stayed behind him because there's no use to pass him and he has a penalty. So yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, how hard is it to follow that closely to cars at Monaco?
not really that difficult because you just
Don't say
left.
that, man. I was saying the whole
No,
stream how hard it was, and now you're like, oh, it's easy.
No, I think it's just like you need to experience driving like with just close battling, and I think last season and this season it was all like just close fighting, and I had thankfully I had like gap behind me from Koreas, I think the Aston Martin, so like I can just lift like 100 meters before the corner, and you can easily keep up with the guy ahead. So it wasn't really that difficult. I think if someone was like right behind me, yeah, it could have been a lot more difficult, and maybe I would be more nervous from like ahead from behind. But thankfully, I had a gap behind me, so like it was just easy to lift earlier. That's it.
Okay, well, maybe what I should say is if you're driving cockpit view, it's very hard to drive very closely behind someone at Monaco. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it
yeah,
could be.
yeah, I have to say I was silently cheering on for you there during that race. Um,
Thank you.
I do have to ask though, like, I mean, there's free safety cars. We did not expect that. We actually thought, even though we did test it in practice, we
Yeah,
didn't see a safety car yesterday. I was thinking there's not going to be a safety car today either, and there's free at Monaco.
yeah.
So yeah,
I was just
my
surprised.
my question to you is like,
Yeah.
how did you play that? Were you just going whatever the front guys do, I'm gonna copy them, or were you like, I might pit here, might?
Nah, 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 nah. Like I think Matt thought he could pit in the safety car, but even if you had like the pace, it's impossible to overtake unless the guys like ahead allows you to overtake. If he wants to block you, he can block you. So even if the guys ahead like pitted, I would have stayed out. But yeah, I switched to new soft in my MFD, and Kiko said no, no pit, don't pit, just drive, and the hards can just stay until the end. So yeah, no ideas to pit, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Keiko, that was definitely a good call from him there. And sometimes when you're driving though, you're like, there's just so much going on that you're just not sure what the right call is, and you just need
Yeah.
that person, that calm person, to be like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. And he was right in the end, I guess. I was questioning some guys on really old hards, though. I was like, surely they're gonna need to pit, or they should pit. They're not gonna get to the end, but I was proved wrong.
The
Once
safety
again.
car was yeah, they helped them a lot, the safety car. But I think with no safety car, they could run like maybe high 60s%, especially equals and flare. They pitted a bit too early, I think.
Yeah, and G Chris was on like the oldest out ever, but I think it was like 30 lap old hards at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he
Crazy.
pitted lap 8, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, lap 8, so like 31, I think, by the end, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Gamer, great race from you, as
Thank you.
and good to see. So, what have we got next? Canada. You looking forward to that one?
Uh, yeah, I don't know, like, I just want to qualify well. I can just stay with DRS and, help for penalties ahead. That's my plan, to be honest. Like, I don't think I have the, like, outright pace to, like, stay ahead or get pole even, but I just want to stay with the DRS train and, hope. Maybe it's some rain also. I like some rain. It's gonna make the races a bit exciting. So, yeah, maybe some rain in Canada.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you on track there. You did lose your teammate this week. Samim dropped out. So, have you eyes on anyone that you would like to see as your teammate right now?
I want some maybe Finnish person who maybe knows his name, but yeah, he's an experienced driver from Finland. He could be my second driver helping me maybe. I think he's faster, so he'd be ahead probably. But yeah, I don't know. Anyone is welcome if they're fast.
I honestly thought you were going to say me there because I've showed great promise, and I'll make you look good because you obviously yeah, whatever. Anyway, I will
Yeah,
chuck
whatever.
you out, and thanks again for the interview. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
Okay, Bablos, we move on. Who do you want, Equals or Flare?
Yeah, we both want them.
Both at the same time? That's crazy.
We go with Blair.
I'm okay to do both if you want. That's crazy. But
Because I really want to know if he was if he had the damage.
yeah, well here he is, the man himself. You get to ask him outright. Go ahead, Bablos.
Hello, Blair. Very
Yeah,
nice race, but did you have damage at the end of the race?
yeah, I got the damage at like lap 29 or something, like a few laps before I got the penalty. It was only like yellow light damage, so I could still drive pretty well.
But Sberto tried to do the impossible at that point.
Sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
He, you managed. They managed to overtake you at an impossible position.
I mean, at that point when I got past, I already like ran wide and hit Tabak outside corner, so I got more wing damage at that point. So then it was like a freight train, like couldn't just turn anything. So yeah, then I was just like content with the P4 finish. And
Did you think if you didn't have the damage, you could be in the first place?
I mean, if I didn't get undercut, yeah, sure, I could have probably pulled up a bit of a gap to equals. But yeah, I wasn't pushing because I didn't want to ruin other people's races as a reserve driver. So I was not even gonna try any overtakes. I was just content to drive behind him, and if he did a mistake or lost wing, then I would take the win. But I wasn't gonna risk it like for some stupid overtake attempt.
I don't think you are stupid. You are taking care of yourself. It's only logical. If you are at the top 3, you don't risk things, in my opinion. Unless Ocean has something else to say.
I mean, tier 1 I would have risked maybe one overtake attempt or something, but not in here when I'm not a full-time driver.
Well, I mean, we could ask you. You're a tier 1 driver, or you do drive in tier 1 regular.
Yeah,
How do
but
you,
I had no pace in those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, but I think tomorrow we might see something different from Flair. The old Flair is back, I think, right?
Maybe.
Come on,
If
bro.
I can avoid the walls and get no penalties, then yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw very good potential from you, and I saw it in practice as well. You obviously had a lot of pace in practice, and you got pulled today. Just unfortunate. I mean, just talk us about that. That was a crucial point in the race where Equals pitted quite early, and at the time I thought it was a mistake, but obviously I was wrong. But what was your
I mean,
take on that?
I was planning to maybe undercut him a couple of laps later because I knew the undercut is really powerful in Monaco. So
Yeah.
he just like kind of surprised me that he could like pit that early, and I know that the hards go to the end from there. And I actually didn't, because some of the other guys were telling that the safety car hasn't worked for like 2 games, like the previous 2 games in Monaco for some reason. So I was just like
Yeah.
thinking that I have to like go pit the next lap after he pit. So I could have waited for the safety cars at the like was it like lap 15 that it came out or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah. It was
and I
something like
would
that.
have kept my P1, but yeah, it was just unfortunate, and I messed up my in lap on the mediums.
Yeah, it seemed like it was quite a difference whenever you pitted then. You came out behind the equals, which kind of sewn up the race for him, and then obviously that track penalty as well. But yeah, I mean, a good finish overall. P4, you can't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah, I'm not like tomorrow. I'll try to get no penalties, no touches with the walls, and I maybe get a podium. That might be like a good goal.
Yeah. Well, we certainly know you're capable of it. We've seen you in past seasons do very well in Tier 1 and the other tiers. But we'd like to thank you for joining us in the commentator's booth, and we'll say goodbye for now.
Yeah, thank you for the interview.
And last but not least, Pablos,
Equals.
it's the one and only Equals back on the top step, man. You're starting to make a habit of this. Yeah, we were just talking to Flair there. I mean, it seemed like the crucial point of that race was that undercut you went for. It was quite surprising for me personally. I was like, "There's no way you're getting to the end on hards," but here we are. I'm interviewing the winner of Monaco in Tier 2. Just tell us about your race and that decision to pit early.
First of all, hello everyone, hello guys. So I had not very good pace on the qualifying. Actually, I was off my pace once again, but I managed to take P2. I had the better start. I tried to take around the outside of the K1 first quarter, but didn't manage to do it. So I wanted from that moment that I need to undercut Flair, so I pitted on the lap 10. I was pretty sure that he couldn't, he will not pass me. I mean, not because of his pace, but because it's Monaco. If I had good exits after some corners, no one can pass around this track. So I did my undercut, and from that point, with a bit of help of the safety cars, I managed to win.
Nice. Yeah. Were you as surprised as everybody else at those safety cars? Like 3 safety cars at Monaco?
Yeah, I never expected that, to be honest. But it's Monaco. If it won't happen in Monaco, where it will be. So
Yeah, one other question I have about those pits, that those safety cars, sorry, is obviously there's a temptation to pit for fresh tires, and you were leading the race. Was there any point where you were questioning, staying out? Were you thinking, or did you not doubt the fact track position is key? I'm never going to pit here.
no, I was fully trusted my instinct. So I didn't want to pit at all. I mean,
Yeah,
even if everyone behind me had the fresh softs, I would still stay on the hards because it's almost impossible to pass on Monaco. I would like to mention that I had two warnings since 5 or 7 lap,
wow.
so I was fully careful at the first corner and at the at the chicane after the tunnel. So I just did my race. Didn't I wanted to avoid any mistakes. So yeah, that's it.
So no damage then for the race.
No, not at all.
Okay, well that's achievement unlocked.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, 39 laps of Monaco with no damage and winning the race, crazy.
Yeah.
You know what'd be hilarious though is if you were leading the race, right, and that safety car came out and like everybody behind you pitted for softs, like everybody apart from you, so you're on old hards. That would be
I mean,
hilarious.
yeah, true, but if you are first one, you have so many things to lose.
Yeah,
You are the one who's losing if you pit. So I would never pit anyway.
yeah.
And I know that even if I pit for fresh softs, no one behind me would pit. So it's pointless. I couldn't pass.
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely that everybody behind you was going to pit, but yeah, it'd just be hilarious if they somehow
Yeah.
like, because actually that would be the best strategy for all those guys is to pit, like all of them together. But yeah, if it's only one or two or half the field pitting, then it doesn't work out. So yeah, I mean, you can be pretty sure that all the field behind you aren't going to pit, and you made the right call today. So I have to say, very well played there, man, and great to see you doing so well in Tier 2. How are you feeling about the rest of the season? We've got Canada coming up, um, and a lot of good tracks like Silverstone and Azerbaijan. How are you feeling about this championship?
Feeling really thankful first of all because you guys helped me join. Also seems very clean drivers, which I always like to race against clean drivers and fast drivers actually. So I'm looking forward. Now Canada it's tricky, many warnings there, many seconds penalty maybe. It's tricky map, but we will see what we can do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, you've definitely a good addition to Tier 2, and I look forward to seeing how the season plays out for you. So, thank you once again for joining us in the commentator's booth for another interview, and hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. See you.
And I wish I knew the Greek for goodbye, Babalos.
Addio.
Say it again.
Addio.
Adio, like adios, like adio.
Addio.
Adio. Okay, I'll try to remember that for next week, but I'll probably forget. Babalos, any final thoughts there? I mean, we still have to decide the driver of the day. You're saying Grazi Joe's maybe. Smelto, what do you reckon?
One of two, one or the other, because they both did a race that kept their heads down, tried to avoid any collisions, and again a lot of positions.
Yeah. Um, I'm leaning towards Smelto just because of that last move that he made on like yeah, he did what he needed to do. He waited until Flair made a mistake, picked up a bit of damage, and then he just did got the move done, moved himself up to P2. Which actually, if you like, I'm just thinking he didn't actually need to do that move because Flair had a penalty. But yeah, good to see some great racing from him. So Smelto, driver of the day, P2 finish, and a really good pass in the dying laps of the race. But that's it, Bablos, for now. I think we're going to wrap up the stream and thank our viewers for watching and staying with us, and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Join us tomorrow for Tier 1, same time, 1930 CST, where we get the fastest no assist guys and SLR all on the track at the same time. It's going to be a spicy one. It's Monaco
It's going
once
to be
more
a spicy one.
for sure. And Lepson and Babalos, the dream team, are on com. So I mean that alone is worth tuning in for, I would say.
Dream me, okay.
No pressure, guys. But yeah, if the last stream you guys did last week was anything to go by, I'm really looking forward to this Monaco one tomorrow. But that's it for now. We will speak to you guys soon. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.